Hey everybody, Tom here, and today I want to teach you how to play Res Arcana. Res Arcana is like a bare bones kind of engine building game. I've heard several people compare it to Splendor. I don't know that I understand that recommendation or that comparison, sorry, but that's a great thing to think if you want to. So what we're going to do is in this video I'm going to teach you how to play the game, and I'm going to teach it as I'm playing it, and I will play out the full game for you here. So there's a couple of things to see. We have our main play area right here. And in the main play area, we have a bunch of these essences, and they have very fancy names. Here it's listed right here. We have Elon, Life, Calm, Death, and Gold. I don't know what that is. I'm going to just call those by their colors. So we will have blue, yellow, green, red, and black. Don't worry about these so much. These are just tokens to track if you run out of these tokens, so there's an unlimited supply. So we have tokens here, and we're going to be using these tokens to buy up cards or to place cards in front of us. But specifically, in this game, we're trying to be the first person to 10 points, more or less. And so we're going to be using these tokens to buy these cards, and these cards have points. So this is going to be at least 2 points at the end of the game. This is going to be, or whenever someone gets to 10 points. So this is 3 points, and at least 1 point, and so on. We also have these cards here. So these are called places of power. We have these cards called monuments, and monuments are also worth points down here at the bottom. They're worth 1 to 3 points, I think. There's different values there. So we're going to use these tokens to get these cards that are worth points, and they're going to give us some special abilities as well. And then down here are some magic items. I know the bottom is cut off, but there's no points on any of these. They are just some powers that we're going to have in just a second. But if by chance you watched my setup video, you noticed that I mentioned that I skipped the very last part of setup, which I want to kind of take care of now-ish as I kind of explain what we're doing. So I've mentioned the basics. We're going to try to get these tokens to get the points. And the way that a turn is going to work is at the beginning of each round, everybody's going to collect some stuff depending on what they have in front of them, but we're going to get some stuff. And then we're going to do some actions, and then we're going to check to see if anybody has 10 points or not. And then we're going to start that over again. And so that's kind of what a round is going to look like. Now, as I mentioned, there are these magic items, and those magic items are going to be part of the end of round thing where we're going to be swapping those magic items out. But at the very beginning, right before we start the game, the last player is going to pick one of these magic items, and then you would go counterclockwise until you get to the first player. So the first player is going to have last pick of these things here. So now that we kind of have a very general basic overview of what we're doing, let's go ahead and look closer at these magic items, and I'm going to help the red player pick one. So I just kind of want to start by explaining what the player area looks like, because it's also going to help us understand the game. So at the beginning of the game, each player got 8 artifacts, and those are the only artifacts we have for this whole game. And the game is all about learning how to make your artifacts work to create this engine of productivity to beat out your opponent, to get those big cards. So we are the healer in this game, and the healer is going to, at the beginning of each round, give us either a blue or a green, water or life or something like that. And also, they're going to be good in case the other player starts attacking us. This guy's going to help us avoid attacks. Now, you're going to see these X's up here. These X's did not come with this game. Sorry, can you see my hands? I have allergies like crazy right now, so my hands have been bloated and disgusting, and I'm not contagious in theory, and in theory it's getting better, but I just noticed that is frightening. Okay, but I'm going to use these X's instead of turning the cards because that just feels a lot easier for me on camera. So just acknowledge these X's do not come with the game. They came from the game Magic Maze. Okay, so that's what our character can do. And let's start learning about the different actions that can happen in the game by looking at our starting hand. Now there is a ton of different iconography, and that's what these cards are for. These cards are all about helping you with the iconography. I'm going to try to help you read these cards. Basically, every card has a cost to put out. And so both of these cards would cost a gold and a Elon, a yellow and a red. I'll probably still call that gold. Now this card, to put this card out, is going to cost 2 black tokens and 3 of any token that we want to. So 3, they don't have to be the same, they could be different tokens. So every card, every artifact is going to have a cost, and that includes these cards over here. So to get these big points cards, they're also going to have a cost. To get this one, you need 8 life and 4 blue. Water, whatever. To get this one, we need 5 red, 5 green, and 5 blue. And then all of these monument cards are always the same. They always are going to cost 4 gold. So a big part of this game is trying to get 4 gold or try to get big chunks of these other things so that you can earn the points. So whenever you have things in front of you, they are called components. So this is a component. It's our mage card here. When we pay for these cards to get them down in front of us, that's going to be called a component as well. But basically, once you have a card in front of you, then during your turn, you can use their special abilities. So I know that it might not make tons of sense right now, but I want to try to decode some of these things so that will help us understand which of those cards I want to pick up. So this card, after I pay the cost and get it in front of me, I could turn this card, or I'm going to use the X's, to get 2 more black elements. Simple enough. Or I could turn this card and discard a black element to place a different card at a cost 2 less than normal. So in other words, if I had this card in front of me, I could use that card to place one of these cards for free because they only cost 2 elements. So it would take off the cost of 2 elements. Oh, except for you can't ignore the cost of gold. So probably this card, I wouldn't want to use this ability to put these ones out because I'm still going to have to pay the gold cost. Okay, so this card here, at the beginning of each round, I'm going to get a black token and a red token. And then throughout the game, if somebody tries to attack me, we kind of saw this symbol over here. If someone tries to attack me, I could discard a red, and then I can ignore the attack, and then I would gain a black token on top of this card here. And we'll talk about why you would have tokens on top of your card versus not a little later on. Again, I'm just really trying to help you kind of start to see what these things are. So if this card is out in front of me, I could turn it and discard a red element in order to gain 2 red elements on this card here. Or I could turn this card and discard 6 elements from this card. So this means on the card. So I could turn this card to discard 6 elements from this card and pick up 6 elements from this card, and I would discard any elements that are the same to pick up that same number of gold. So I know that's complicated, but basically we can add a bunch of red onto this fire thingy here. I could add red onto these, and once I have 6, I could also discard 3 blues to get 3 golds in exchange. That's what that's saying there. So kind of some interesting cards to start out with. Let's go look at the different kinds of magic items that we could pick up and make a decision about that. So these ones are really simple. If I have this card in front of me at the beginning of the round, I can grab a blue or a red. At the beginning of the round, I could grab a black or a green. Cool. If I had this one in front of me, I could turn it in order to, or I could turn it and discard any element in order to draw another card into my hand. It's going to be really tough. There's only 8 cards in our hand. Well, we have 8 cards. We're starting off with 3. And so having cards in your hand is actually trickier than it sounds. This one, I could turn it and draw 3 cards into my hand and then discard 3 cards. So I could kind of refine the cards that are in my deck or in my hand. I kind of like this idea because, as I pointed out, the cards I have in my hand right now aren't working so well together. Okay, transmutation. I could turn this card and discard any 3 elements to gain any 3 elements that are not gold. So this is kind of just taking 3 elements and turning it into different elements that you want, which is beautiful. I like that a lot. The protection one, if somebody tries to attack you, you can turn this to ignore the attack. That's a great one, but usually attacks don't happen very early on. Those come later, so probably not important for me. Here we go, reanimate. I could turn this card and discard an element to turn one of my previously turned cards face up and use it again later on. So this one, you can turn this card and discard any 4 elements in order to gain 2 gold. And remember, golds are great for getting these monuments. But having seen what we've got here, I think it's clear that I'm going to want some red and some gold. Oh, but I can't. Oh, I was thinking about getting this one here to gain another. I was going to discard I was going to use it to turn my green, my blue, and my black into red and gold, but I can't turn it into gold. So I don't really, maybe I don't want to do that. But what I could do, well, but I could make some changes that I like. Yeah, okay. So that's a good option. Because I don't love the 3 cards in my hand so much, maybe that's a good option here. No. I'm gonna stick with this one, and I'll show you exactly why we're gonna keep this one. That goes out in front of the red player. I usually just try to keep it to the left of my healer, but it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to leave space to play out cards on that side. So kind of the same thing. Let's talk about what the blue player has going for them. First of all, we have our witch character. At the beginning of the round, they're going to be able to draw a green or a black. And then during their turn, they could turn this card, or again, I'll use X's, and discard any 2 elements to turn a previously turned card back up. So let's look at the 3 cards they have in their hand, and hopefully that will help us pick a magic item. So you can see the costs of these things here. Looks like I'm going to need some yellow, green, and blue, and whatever. So cards that we've got. I could turn this card, if I have it out in front of me, to gain 3 greens, and all of the rivals will also gain a green. If someone tries to attack me, I could discard a green to ignore it. So this card is great if I can get it out early enough to give me tons of green stuff. If I can especially transform that green stuff into other things, that's good too. This one's also good to get out early because at the beginning of each round, I'll get a blue and a green. I could discard 2 blues in order to put 2 blues and a green onto this card. And once again, we haven't talked about why you want things on your card or not. But also I can fight off things if someone tries to attack me. So this one, I could turn this card to pick up any 3 elements as long as they're not gold. Or I could turn this card to pick up 1 gold. Another great card. Wow, I like all of those. But what I'm lacking is, okay, so if I were going to pay for some stuff, I would need that. Okay, I'm looking at getting both of these cards out. If I were to get these cards out at the beginning, I would need another green, and then I have my 2 other elements, which I could get from that. So now I'm just missing some gold. Okay, all right. Here's what I'm thinking. I think I can, it depends on how good my brain is, but I think I could use this round if I'm really smart. Am I smart enough? Maybe. I might be smart enough to do this. We'll see. But I'm going to pick this item here because, well, let's see, I'm going to put these down here because I think I can get 4 elements that I'm not already using in order to pick up some gold. That would be good. I don't, this is not a strategy guide. This is, you're going to watch me playing for the 4th time, scratching my head saying, do I know what I'm doing? Okay, so we are done with setup officially. Whatever, like 10 minutes into the video, we're done with setup. Okay, so in this game, like I said, there's some phases, and we have this nice round summary here. So the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to collect essences. Now, personal preference. I actually really wish that they had swapped these 2 things. And here's why. Well, it'll be tricky to explain why right now, but essentially, we're going to go look for any hand-grabbing things and take those elements. And if we had elements on our cards, I kept talking about having stuff on your card. So if you have stuff on your card, you could actually, in this phase of the game, take all of the stuff off of the card. but there are some cards where the order that you make those decisions matter, and I really wish they had put this on top and said you may take essences from your components, then do your grab abilities. In my perfect world, that's what this would say, but it doesn't. But for now, we're just going to take a look at any elements in our lineup, okay, or any components, and we do have a hand grab right here. I already talked about how I'm going to want a green, so I'm just going to grab a green and add it to the pool. That's it for the blue player. And if you're playing with multiple people, this step happens simultaneously, but here we are. Okay, so now we need to decide for the red player. Do I have stuff to build? I don't know that I want. I don't think it will matter if I get a blue or a green, especially if I try to put this thing out. Yeah, so I'll just pick one. Let's just grab a blue to be different from the other player. Now, we're going to go into the actions phase. We get to do one of these actions. We're going to continue clockwise until somebody passes, and then we'll talk about passing. So, on your turn, you could place an artifact from your hand if you can pay the cost. You could claim a monument or a place of power. Those are the big point things over there, if you can pay the cost. You could discard any card from your hand into a discard pile. We'll talk about discard in a second, but you could discard a card to pick up a gold or to pick up 2 non-gold resources. Or you could use a power from something that's out in your lineup already, or you could pass. And we're just going to do that. So turns are actually going to go pretty quickly as long as you know what you're doing. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do is I want to get this Tree of Life thing out. So to get the Tree of Life out, as I had planned before, I'm going to use a green and a red and a black because I need any 2 elements plus a green. So I'm going to go ahead and discard these to play this down. That's me playing a card from my hand. And I'm going to keep these face down in between turns so I remember these things are in action. That's the end of the blue player's turn for right now. All right, for the red player. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I want to get out this card for sure because it's going to help me get elements at the beginning of each turn. So to get this one out, I need to pay a gold and a red, and it is out and ready to go. Now back to the blue player. What I want to do is I actually want to get this one out. Now there's a tip in the rule book, and it is a good tip, but I think I have a plan, which is hold on, like you don't have to play all of your cards out in front of you right now, but discard cards so that you can pick up more elements to help you out. And I agree with that. I'm going to show you what I have in mind though. But yeah, so we only had 8 cards altogether. So they're just saying don't feel like you have to play everything all at once. But like I said, I have a good plan, I think. So this one's going to go out, and I'm paying these 3 to do that, and that's the blue player's turn. Okay, next. I think I'd really like to get this thing going, and I really want to get both of these cards out if I can. This is not going to be so easy for the red player as it is for the blue player. So I guess the reason why I'm saying that is, okay, I want to get a bunch of 1 element to turn them into gold. It seems like if I could get this card out, I could collect a bunch of black elements and eventually turn them into gold. But I'm going to need a red and a gold to do that. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, excuse me, not that. I guess I need a red, I need some gold. I'm gonna end up having to discard stuff, but I'm gonna try to plan for that. So, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually use this action to discard 3 elements to pick up 3 different elements. So I'm going to cover this up instead of turning it. Most people would just turn it. I'm going to discard these 3 elements. They just don't interest me right now. And I definitely want a yellow or a red. I can't pick up a yellow, so let me just remind you. This says you can't pick up a gold. Okay, so I'm going to definitely pick up a red. I'm going to definitely pick up at least 1 black. And in order to do this action, I'm going to need another red whenever I get that played down. So I want to have a red available. So those were the 3 that I transmuted. Yes. All right, so that was the red player's turn. All right, now I mentioned I think I have a plan. We're going to see if my brain is smart enough. I'm going to do this action here, and instead of turning the card, I'm using an X. So I'm doing this to pick up 3 green, and then each other player is also going to gain a green. And that's it for the blue player. Oh, I really need to be good. I'm going to try to be better about keeping these face down. But, okay, so now what I'm going to do, I really want to get this card out soon, but sometimes if you love something, you have to let it go. Now, in the rule book, it discusses discarding to keep things organized, discarding turned sideways and face up so that you don't get it mixed up with all of the other things you have going on. The way that I have my stuff set up, I think it's going to be clear enough if I have my discard pile up here. So that's my discard pile. I'm discarding this. Remember from our round summary that if you discard a card, you can either pick up a gold or 2 other elements or essences. I'm going to pick up a gold. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to use the witch, this ability down here, and I'm going to spend 2 elements in order to turn up a different power. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for that one there. Now the red player is ready to get this Athanor thing. I don't know what that word is, but I'm going to go ahead and spend those to get this thing out. That's the end of their turn. We're going real fast here. I am cutting out a lot of my thought processes, but you're seeing the game. Okay, next. Well, yeah, that was 2 gold. Okay, so next what we're going to do is for the blue player, I'm going to now use this again to get 3 green. And then each other player gets a green as well. And that was the end of the blue player's turn. So while we're over here, my next thing is I'm going to go ahead and use this top action. I discard a red in order to put 2 reds on top of here. Now, if elements are on the cards, you can't use them during the turn. So that's kind of where the beginning of the round thing where you can take elements off of cards. But for now, we just basically put a fire on here to duplicate it for later. And I did manage to do it. I'm going to use my alchemy thing to discard these 4 elements in order to get 2 gold. Now, the red player doesn't have anything else they can do. There are no cards that they can turn. Remember, this is our discard pile up here, so that's off limits. But yeah, this is the only action we had. I don't even have any cards in my hand. So what I'm going to need to do is to pass. Now there's a couple of steps in passing, and they're listed right here. The first thing is we're going to get the first player token. Then we're going to swap our magic items, and then we're going to draw a card into our hand. So I'm going to take the first player token, and this is why there's a passed side. So we have passed, but we have this first player token, and notice at the end of the round we're going to count up points, and I'm going to have 1 point to count towards my end of round point having. So I've got that. Next thing is I need to go ahead and swap this thing out with the other magic items. So it's a little tiny bit unfortunate because I don't have anything in my hand, so I'm not sure what I'm going to want. But probably a good idea would be to do some research to draw another card during my next turn, because right now I'm cardless. And I mean, I will draw a card at the end of this passing thing, but this will be good to have a second card. Okay, so when you grab the new magic item, again, you're going to turn it upside down to the passed thing, and it will remind you to draw a card. So a new card that we've got, wow, lots of fire stuff going on. So I swear I shuffled these, I swear on my soul I did. Okay, so that's fascinating. At the beginning of the rounds, we're going to get 2 fire if we can build this, and we could discard a fire in order to revitalize something. That's excellent. I like that a lot. So now that's just going to bring us to the blue player. The blue player just continues to do stuff until they decide to pass. So for sure, we are set up to get this thing here. I'm going to go ahead and discard these 2 gold. Let's get those out of here. And then for my next turn, I can go ahead and use this action either to get 3 elements or to get some gold. But what I want to do is I want to use it to get 3 non-gold elements. And what I definitely want to do is I want to pick up some blue. So I want at least 2 blue. Why don't I just go ahead and grab 3 blue? And then, after that turn, here's this action that doesn't require me turning the card, but I can discard 2 blue in order to put 2 blue and a green on top of this card. Just like that. And at this point, I think I've done everything. Remember, this card would have been turned, so I can't do, like, you can't do both of these actions. That's all done and out of the way. So, no more cards, nothing I can do. Again, smart people probably save cards from turn to turn, but I'm just too efficient, I guess. So, what we're going to do is we're going to pass. So I'm going to return this. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of these 2. That's more of the cleanup phase, but it's all right. So we're going to take these back. And what am I going to want here? I have the witch, but if I also have this reanimate, so I could turn this, discard an element to turn something back, I could really get a ton of those green things here. So, cool. All right, so, I have passed, but now that everybody has passed, then we can flip these things up, and we are going to continue on to the next round in just a second with the red player being our starting player. But before we do that, I just wanted to point out a trap I fell in the last time I played this game. So the blue player is getting a lot of blue and green, so it's very tempting to go for this, and maybe I will go for this. It's worth 2 points, which is great. There is a problem here, though, and that problem is that this card, basically I can turn water into life, which is fine, but the primary way to get points is by getting life on this card, and the only way to do that is by having creatures in front of me. And remember, I said at the very beginning, I don't have any creatures. Nobody has any creatures. So this tile is fine for 2 points. It would be even better if I had creatures. So I just want to keep that in mind when thinking about this card here. The red player has dragons, so this one's of interest to them, but yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out before I started this next round. And remember, the first thing we do at the beginning of each round, remove that, is, for me, for some of these cards, it's easier to think, very first thing is you decide, do you want to take components off of, do you want to take elements off of your components? Now, the rule is, you can choose which components to take stuff off of. But if you take stuff off, you have to take it off of the whole, like you have to take everything off of that card. You can't just pick and choose from that card. Now I want to keep these fires down here because I want to try to get this thing to help me get some gold. And I was going to try to get a bunch of stuff here. So I'm choosing to not take anything off of my components. And now I'm going to do the grabby hands. So I'm definitely getting a black and a red. That's very exciting. So a black and a red. Okay. And then I need to choose if I want a blue or a green. Well, where I'm trying to get same kinds of elements, let's get a blue. Let's get a green. I don't see any need to have any blue right now, at least not that I'm noticing. So for the blue player, they get to choose if they want to take elements off of this. Now in this particular card, there's no reason to keep stuff on there like there is in that other card we saw over on the red player. So I will just go ahead and grab those off of there. And I'm also going to go ahead and grab my stuff. So I need a blue and a green for sure. And then I need to decide, I never drew my card. Duh. I need to draw my card for my passing. I'll annotate that. Ooh, this one doesn't cost anything to put down. Very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so a blue and a green like that. And if it's down to I don't see any reason to have any black elements right now. So let's just grab another green. Sure, why not? All right, so first things first, I need to look at this card again and see if I even, I kind of do want to get this thing out. So I'm going to need a gold. I've got to try to figure out what to do to get some gold. I know that one thing that will help me on that path is to do this action here. So let's do that action. I'm going to go ahead and discard a red in order to get 2 reds on here. Well, so just add 1 more red to that. Was that smart? Well, I don't have any way to get a gold that I can see right now, so I'll pretend like it's smart. Actually, I'm having second thoughts. I'm not going to do that yet, and here's why. Sorry. Okay, so this is how I was. Here's why. I want a red and a gold, so I don't want to necessarily discard this red just yet. But what I could do is, I don't see a reason to hold on to this one over. It doesn't matter. I could discard a green one or a black one. I don't care. But I'm going to do that and use this action to draw a card. Ooh, man. Now I kind of wish that I had that black one still. But, yeah, this is my dragon. But my thought is maybe I'll discard this dragon to get a gold to get this other one out. And that might kind of delay that, but that's all right. That's how this goes. Okay, so over here, there is so much going on. First of all, what was my card? Oh, a prism. Here, that's free to put out. I'm putting it out. Okay, the red player. Yes, I like this dragon. I'll get it out later, I promise. I just am not quite there with the elements, but I'm going to discard that. I could either get 2 elements, or I could get... Oh, man. Now I'm having thoughts. Here's my thoughts. Do I want to put this one out and start attacking the other player and get a point? Or do I want this one out because it's really going to help me with my fire stuff? I'd love to get this out soon. Now's not the right time, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I could have just as easily discarded this one to get 2 blacks to put out this dragon and start sucking the life out of the blue player, which is also very tempting. Do I like that more? I do like that more. Okay, sorry. I should think these things through before I come on camera. So I'm discarding this, not to get a gold, but to get 2 blacks. Yes, I'm feeling better about that, because I can start attacking real nicely. I don't have any cards in my hand, so this is just going to be a matter of getting a whole bunch of stuff. So I think, man, well, maybe it's worth looking. I don't have any ways to get gold really easily. I could get a gold, but maybe I'd rather just go for a big monument thing. Like I said, creatures, I could pick one of these up. I could get this. It's just only going to be 2 points. Or I don't have any dragons. This is a really good dragon one to have. But it also gets gold, which is great. Maybe I do want that. So I would need 3 of the non-gold elements. I might be able to pull that off this turn, actually. Okay, I got my eye on this dragon's lair. It won't have any points for me in the end, but it would help me get some gold. A different, very doable thing would be... This would get me points. I don't know. I kind of want to go for that dragon. I don't have any dragons, so it won't be worth any points for me, but that gold could help me get these things churning pretty quickly. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to aim for this thing here. So I need 3 greens and 3 blacks. I've got these, or I need 3 reds and 3 blacks. I've got those already. So what I think I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this to get 3 reds. Why am I showing you me getting 3 reds? I don't know. It was just, I got distracted. I had a phone call. But hey, 3 reds. Neat. Okay, that's the blue player. The red player was going to put out this dragon, and that costs 4 black and a green. Okay, cool. We now have a dragonborn. That's exciting. And I don't know if the red player is going to beat the other player to it or not. Probably not. But essentially, if I had this in front of me, I could place more dragons at a cheaper cost. But specifically, I could exhaust my dragon and I could exhaust this card to put 2 golds on this card. And this is worth 1 point for every gold on this card. But like I said, I don't think the blue player is probably going to beat them to it, but maybe not. Who knows? Next, I'm going to go ahead and use this reanimate, discard this blue in order to open up that ability again. The red player is going to hurry and use their dragon to attack. So I am going to use this ability, and each other player needs to discard 2 lives. Now, if they don't have life to give, they have to discard 2 other elements for every 1 life that they can't give. So if the blue player didn't have any greens, they would have to discard 4 other elements until you run out of stuff. If you don't have anything, then you don't have anything. But yes, for now, they have green. And this actually says all arrivals could just discard a black to ignore this attack, but they don't have a black right now, which is why I wanted to do that immediately. So the player, whether these are used or not, can ignore the attack by doing these different things. So I think what I'm going to do is this. I can react to an attack by discarding 1 green instead of the 2 greens, so that's fine. So I'm going to discard 1 green. I don't need to turn this card at all, but I will just lose 1 green rather than losing 2 thanks to my Tree of Life card. So yeah, so that was the end of the red player's turn. Why am I over here? Again, I don't know. Okay, the blue player would be discouraged, but they can get more of these, no big deal. But let's go back to using this one to get the 3 black ones. All right, so the big reason why I went for the dragon rather than the other one is because now I could do this action to discard or put that red on there with another friend. And so I could keep that going. And sorry, I don't know why that's on there. Okay, now we're 1 life short of being able to grab that 1 monument. And so what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and use this action. And again, you can still react even if these things are used. But I'm going to use this to gain 3 life. Let's see, so that there, and then I'll just keep these down here. And then they're going to gain a life also. Now it's the red player's turn. I don't see any other actions that we can do at all. So I think that's going to be the end of the turn. So they are going to pass. We're going to go ahead and I'll just move these while I'm thinking about it. We're going to go ahead and return this. And I think what I want to do is I really want to puff up on this life stuff is what I want. So, and you'll see why. I have a plan. So I actually think I'm going to grab this one. I'm really close to being able to, like not this coming round, but the round after that, I'm going to be able to convert the same types of element into gold. So if I could just get a whole bunch of life things, then I can turn them all into gold, and that will be super exciting. But I also need to draw a card. Okay, what's this card? Oh, my other dragon. This would take 6 fire, and it's another good attack. Okay, cool. But notice, for right now, I have 2 points, not even close to 10, but that's kind of where we stand. All right, so I'm not in danger of anybody, taking over, but I have some things that I could do. Okay, while I'm thinking, we're just going to go from here on out. So while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and grab that dragon's lair, especially seeing that they have a dragon. It's good that we're going to get this out of their hands. So we just paid for this dude here. It's only going to be worth a point. Like I said, no dragons, so I can't get any more points from it. But hey, it's a point and it's staying away from the other player. All right, next, what I think I want to do is I could do some various stuff. All right, let's use the prism. And I'm going to turn, rather than discarding an element to get 2 more, well, yeah, let's do that. My other option is I could discard these 2 greens and turn them into 2 blues, but this way, at least I can just get 2 blues from getting rid of a green. So we've got that. And then what I could do next is, oh, this is a tough choice. Okay, I'm going to actually spend, this is the thing I want to do. I'm going to spend these 2 blues. Here's what I'm doing. I'm spending those 2 blues to make this action available. And then I'm going to use this action to pick up 3 blues. Or, no, we're going to go 2 blues and a green. And then I'm going to put the 2 blues on here for this action, and that will get me a green on here as well. Okay, I think I've run out of stuff to do. Oh, nope. And then I could also do this action down here in order to get some gold. Oh, I'm all out of X's over here. That's okay. Anything else that I'm missing? I think I've done everything I could do. If I had more blue, I would, but I don't. So I won't. All right, so the blue player is ready to pass. And so let me just clean off these X's really fast. And let's see. Yep, so we're going to take these back. I'm thinking that even though I don't have any creatures, it's going to be very easy for me to pick up these 2 points. And just by discarding a water, I could get 5 green. That seems excellent. Especially where I could turn any of those greens into something else that I want. So that seems like a good idea. So knowing I can get tons and tons of greens, let's get this alchemy thing to get some gold from it as well. And we would normally put it on the pass side, but we are pretty much ready to begin our next round. All right, so let's get this stuff turned over. And for the beginning of the round, we need to, again, start by collecting stuff. And again, in my brain, I always start by, we haven't seen cards that matter so much, but I always start by, do I want to collect anything from the cards? Remember, you have to take all of the components off of a card that you choose, and then go for the hand grabbing thing. So I'm gonna not pick up these fires because I'm planning on in the next round utilizing this thing here. But because of that, I'm gonna try to make the biggest pool of green items as I can. Yeah, okay, so I'm not doing that. But let me point out, if I really wanted to go for the fire dragon this turn, what I could do is grab all of these red ones and then pick up another red one, and I'm sure I could find a way to get a 6th red one to get that fire out. But for now, I'm going to call that good. So hand grabbing. Let's start with this one. I know I need a black and a red, so I'll grab a black and a red and a black. And then I'm going for green on both of those, just trying to build that up as much as I possibly can. Okay, awesome. Now the blue player, yep, I'm going to go ahead and grab these. Why not? And then I'll get a blue and a green for that one. And, oh man, I'm struggling over there. Okay, and then I'll come over here and, oh, I forgot to draw my card at the end of my last turn. All right, so I need one of each element. So, oh, I don't need a black one though. Okay, so I'll go for a green because I don't see any need for a black element at this point. Okay, yep, that's what the blue player gets. So the red player is starting us off. Couple of different things I could do, I guess, right off the bat. I mean, I could just go attack, but the player has shown, I'll attack him eventually, but the blue player can just discard a green and be fine. I don't plan on getting this dragon. Let's do this action here, where I just add 2 red on top of this card, so that I know that next turn I can do a big conversion thing. So for the blue player, what does this card even do? Oh, this is the wind-up man. So this card is good, but specifically it's good if you have him at the beginning of the game. The later on you get him played, it's not as powerful, but it's not a bad one either. I guess it's not a... Yeah... Okay, let me think about that. But I think specifically, if I could get... I like this one because it's 3 points. And having 5 blue and 5 green, that's going to be very easy for me. And I'm sure I could find out a way to get 5 red. So let me not spend these at this point. Wait, why was I... Oh, I wanted 2 more gold. I wanted 2 more gold so I could go see if I could get a monument. That was the aim of this thing here. Dang. Okay. I'm going to do my best to hold on to this stuff, but I want to see... I want to go for that. I want to go for that big card, but maybe I just don't want to. I need to do some thinking. Well, all right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and use this to convert these life into 2 gold. So yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm struggling playing the 2 players, but we're gonna keep on keeping on. And kind of crazily enough, there isn't a lot that the red player can do at this point. Definitely can't play this. I could discard it if I wanted to get a gold, but I don't know that I'm a little ways away from getting this. If I get a gold, it would be sweet if I could end up with like 8 gold and I could pick up 2 monuments next turn. So to do that, I've got my greens here, and well, Okay, so I'm going to discard that for a gold. I think that's not going to be a smart idea, but we're sticking with it anyway. I guess I'm feeling a little bit foolish because I forgot I have my dragon thing. That could have gotten me my 2 gold, and I could have done this in a different way, but I'm going to not stress about it. And let's just grab 2 more gold. It's always good to get those golds, especially because I think we're probably... I know it doesn't feel mid-game because I only have 1 point over... No, I don't have any points over here. And the red player has 2 points right now, kind of. But we have stuff going on, so we're going to start picking up points faster. Yeah, anyway, that's what the blue player's doing. So the red player is really close. Remember, this action, if I could unlock that action, I would be able to do this turn, but I don't have a way to unlock that. I don't have any more cards. All I can do is attack the blue player. The blue player could use either of these to respond to that. I'm going to use this one, so I'll just discard this 1 green because I can get greens again, no problem. Yeah, because I don't want to lose the ability to do this thing up here. Yeah, there we go. That was the end of the red player's turn. So now the blue player has tons of stuff they can do still. I just have to get my head on straight to what I do want to do. Probably, let's start by... let's discard these to get a monument. So the monuments that are currently available, you could draw 1 blind, or you could get one of these. So this one is only worth 1 point, but you just turn it to get a gold. Awesome. I probably will get that one. But this one is kind of interesting. During the phase where you're checking victory, you could spend 3 gold to add 3 points to what you've got. At the moment that is happening. So if you were holding on to 3 gold, you could hurry and add 3 points as you're checking victory and possibly win. I like that one, but it would be better to grab this one first, I think. So I'm going to pick this one up for blue, and we will flip this one over. So this is, oh, this is a great one for during the picking stuff action, grab any 3 elements. So that's cool. And I just realized, I know you're going to be so annoyed with me this whole video anyway, that I've been calling these elements, and they're essences, not elements. So I apologize to your ears. I'm sure I'll annotate or something. And now the red player can't do anything. They're going to be at a passing point. I do want to point out something because it's going to come up and maybe you've had a question. I'll try to annotate it. When you're attacking other players, if other players have passed, they don't get attacked. They're out. But if there's an action that all other players gain an essence, not an element, an essence, they do get that. So that's going to come up in just a second, but for now we are going to pass. So passing this, I would love to keep this one, but you actually can't keep the same magic item as before, so I have to return it. And I think what I would like to grab is, I know that I have a bunch of cards in the discard pile I'm going to want to get to, so let's take this one and hopefully I can pick up an extra card next round. And I know I always forget on the other player to draw, but that's okay. I'm remembering now. I need to draw a card. And I've got a Corrupt Altar. So I've got lots of like dark things going on. But great, look at these elements that it provides me, especially with that green one. I like that. Well, I only really care about getting those greens for the next round. But either way, there is the end of the red player's turns this round. And the blue player has tons of stuff to do, so I'm just going to start going for it. First of all, we'll use this monument to get a gold. Next up, we could do so many things. I guess it depends on how badly I want to go after that big place thing. Okay, well, let's start by gaining 3 greens. And then we'll make sure that the red player gets a green as well. So that's what I was referring to. Even though the red players pass, they still gain this essence, which, as we've pointed out, is great for the red player. Okay, let's do this thing here where I put 2 blues in order to gain a green. And what I think I'm going to do is this. I'm going to use this action to pick up another blue and... what else do I want? I want another blue. Let me get another one. And a green. And then I'm going to spend 2 elements. This is probably dumb. I'm going to spend, well, let's do it. It's okay. Sometimes I do dumb things. I'm thinking I'm going to spend 2 elements to take this thing back. Why did I have, I don't know, I had more blues than I thought, but I'm going to put 2 more blues on here to get another green. I can pick these up next turn. And then I'm going to spend this one to get another gold. And then, what am I doing? I think I'm doing crazy things. I'm going to get a monument in just a second. But over here, let me go ahead. Yeah, this is probably crazy. I need another X. I'm going to spend this green. This is so dumb. I don't know if this is smart. To gain 2 blues. I could have gotten any elements that I want. Well, spend the green. Sure. That doesn't matter to me. Well, I don't know. I want a blue and a red. That's what I want. I don't know. Can you tell I'm just making this up as I go? And then I'm going to put 2 more blues on here to get a green. And at that point, I think we are good to pass. No, we're not going to pass because we were going to spend these 4 gold in order to get this monument here. Again, that's a great one, but I like this idea that I could grab any three elements that aren't gold. So that's going here as well. All right, we're kind of running out of space on the blue player's side, but I do think that's the end of the turn. So let me collect these X's and let me draw a card before. Well, I can't draw a card before because I need to return this. So I can't take this one again. I know that I need some more reds. So I could either get this or I'm going to be able to pick up a bunch of greens. I'll use that to get more of whatever I need. So pass to draw a card and then grab a card. All right, so take a look. So this will cost 2 black and a gold. I could turn it to gain 3 black and everyone else gains a black too. And I could destroy this card to gain 2 golds and a fire, but it is worth 1 point. Now, in this game, the word destroy means it was built and then it would go into your discard pile. I haven't really discarded anything, but I'm liking that. And just really quickly before we go over to the red player, let me get these X's out of the way. But before we go to the red player, point check. No points here. I've got 2 points altogether right now. The red player has 1, 2, just 2 points. This is a discard. So we're still just at 2 points. So we're tied right now. Very exciting. All right, so let's flip these things back up. We're going to go to the grabbing stuff action. Again, in my brain, choose if you want stuff off of your cards or not first, and then do grabby hands. I'm going to leave that stuff on that card. So I'm going to grab a black and a red. And then I need a blue or a green. Definitely going to go for a green. And, okay, cool. We're in really good shape because we're going to turn all of these greens into gold probably on our very first turn. And then we're going to have tons of gold. We can grab some more monuments. And the blue player is going to go ahead and grab all of these essences. Sorry. Well, what a mess. What a mess. Could you imagine how this would be if I was turning all of these stupid cards? Okay, so I am going to grab all of those. Now we've got our hands. So blue and a green. And down here, 3 of any kind. So I'm going to definitely grab 3 reds. 1, 2, and they don't have to be the same. I'm just choosing 3 reds because I'm going to go for that one big place of power. All right, so we're going to start taking turns. Now, before I do this, I'm asking myself, is there anything I can do to get more greens before I do that big move? And one thought that I have is I could discard this. Do I want to build this? I don't necessarily. I'd rather discard this to grab any 2 essences. I'm going to grab 2 greens. Yeah, I think that's going to be a wise plan. I don't know. I think it's going to be wise. The blue player needs to get 1 more red. And there's a couple of ways we could do that. I think I'd like to There's a couple different things we could do. Let's do this. I would love to hold on to some blues. Let's save these two to go over here. I'm going to do this to grab another green, another red, and two more blues. Okay, so that's all going to help me build that place. Then I've got some more of these to produce some more green later on. Next, I'm going to just get rid of one of these worthless things. Let's get rid of the black one to do this action to draw a card. My intention in drawing this card is to just turn it in for more green. Oh, even though that is a great card. Ooh, that is a great card to get built. But I gotta stay focused, in theory. Well, man, I love that card though. I would love getting all of those things. That's okay. I have an ant on here. What is going on? Okay. Yeah. All right, before I forget and all of that stuff, I'm going to go ahead and pay all of this stuff to get this one right here. So if I were ever to have 10 points and the red player doesn't, I could turn this to check victory immediately. As of right now, no, we'll keep it like that. As of right now, I'm at 3, 4, 5. I'm at 5 points now, so not worth it for right this second, but could be good later on. And I am way sorry. I don't know that there's anything I can do about this glare other than that. Okay, red player, turning this one in to get 2 more greens. Blue player, man, there's a lot of stuff I could do. But if I can get 8 greens, is that possible for me to get 8 greens right now? Soon. Soon. Okay, so let's start here by doing that again. I'm discarding these to get 2 of these and a green. You know what I'm doing. And really fast before red does their cool action, they're actually going to go ahead and attack with the dragon. I didn't even think of this. I see a good opportunity here to just take away all of those essences. I maybe should have done this last turn. They don't have any black to defend it. They could turn this card to defend it, but they don't have any greens to ignore it. So I think here they want to save these 2 blues to go on this card, but I would probably rather turn this card in order to not lose those blues. But that was the end of the red player's turn, so we're over here now. All right, let's go ahead and pick up 3 greens. And that's also going to give the red player 1. I honestly, I didn't do that on purpose right this second. That was me just thinking, what else can I do over here? But the blue player probably shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. Here we go. Next up, we're going to do this action. We're going to discard 6 from this component. Plus, we're going to discard as many essences of a single color, that's what that equal sign is, in order to turn them into that same number of gold. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And so that's going to get me here. We're not going to count that all out. We're going to do 2, 10, 5, 10. We're going to do it like that because I'm going to get rid of those relatively soon. So let's think. Can I get... What else can I do? Well, let's get 2 gold. And man, we got a lot of gold. Let's just start grabbing monuments here. So, because we're only at 2 points. Yeah. Let's grab some monuments. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 4 gold. I'll just get rid of that and keep that one there. This would actually be really good to keep away from blue where they're doing so good. This one I'm not so sure that I want right now. I could draw blind, but let's grab this one to keep it away from blue. And I'll try to make sure that I have 3 gold on hand to use it as the blue's getting closer to victory. So for now, it's just 1 point. So I'm at 3 points right now, but obviously this point is very temporary. Yes, but I still think we can do something productive here. Let's see which monument is coming up next. It is... Oh, just a flat 3 points. Ah! Yeah, the red player's going to want that one. Well, everybody wants that one. Okay, so let's grab another gold. let's grab that 3-pointer. Let's see what's coming up next. 1 point, but when you buy it, you get 6 of any element. That's pretty good too. So we're at 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Plus, we could make it 9 when we check for victory. If I can hold on to, maybe I'm going to kind of store these over here just so I'm not tempted to spend them if at all possible. All right. Okay, so I'm at 3, 4, 5. I'm at 5 points. All right, let's do. Struggling here. I'm almost getting a backup plan in my brain. I just don't have a way to generate a lot of black ones. Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna discard. I had this worked out in my brain. Okay, let's. Yeah, I gotta cover that up. What was I thinking? I was gonna discard a green to gain 2 greens? That's stupid. Well, it might be stupid, but for some reason that was what was in my brain. So I'm gonna discard a green to get 2 greens. Okay, I don't know. I have faith that I was going somewhere with that thought, but I literally lost it. What do I even have down here? I forgot. Hold on. I really should just grab another gold and get... That's what I was gonna do. Okay, hold on. I did think this through. It's just warm. Okay, Winding Man is a cool one, but I'm gonna not do it right now. Because again, it's good at the beginning of the game a lot. If you can get this out, basically what you do is you put a red one on here, and then at the beginning of the round, if there's a red element on here, you put 2 red elements on here. And so you could keep those things on there, and every round you'd add 2 more reds as long as there are any reds on there. And so like each round, maybe you'd add a red and then a black and then a blue or whatever, and then it just like really builds up until you can take them all. Anyway, great to have at the beginning, not at the end. I'm going to discard that for a gold. And the red player is out of things they can do, which is fine because I can stop and hold on to this 1 point. And again, I'm at 1, 2, 3, I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if I were to call it now, but I don't want to spend that now because I wouldn't get to 10 points, but probably next round or soon. I don't know. But we do need to go ahead and exchange our magic item, don't we? Okay. All right. Let's grab this one because 2 more gold, that could get me another monument. Yeah. So now I need to draw a card. I don't have any cards in my draw pile, so I take my tiny discard pile and we're going to go ahead and draw one of these. And one of the corrupt altars. Cool, but we're really close. Now I got to think through what I'm doing for blue. I think I'm going to start by, let's build the monument. And I'm going to get this one because then I can grab 6 elements, which is incredible and could get me a couple of points. So this is 2 points, and you can draw 3 cards either from your draw pile or from the monument deck and put them back in any order. But this is great because I'm going to be able to pick up 6 elements, and if I could, okay, I need 12. Oh man, I'm going to get kind of close. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to definitely get 2 blues. Because mostly I'm trying to go for this Sacred Grove card because that's 2 points. So 2 blues, and then 4 greens. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm still 1 green shy, but the red player's passed, so I'm going to keep going. And now I can do this thing where I turn in a green and I'll grab 2 greens back like that. And then I've got enough to do, sorry, I'm reaching like a crazy person. I could have planned this better, but I didn't. All right, so I'm going to do this in order to grab this one. I'm going to just put it there for now. Now, just like the dragon card, This is not going to get me more than 2 points because I don't have a creature to, so I could exhaust this card and exhaust a creature to put a green on here, and that would be worth an additional point. I don't have any of those, so no big deal. But this is going to put me, oh, it's kind of hard to see. So there, sorry, small adjustment. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. All right, now my question is, can I get a water? I just need a water. I don't think I can. If I could get a water, I could get 5 lives, and then I could use those lives to turn that up. Oh, I don't think I can get, I can't do anything here. I don't want to check victory now. That doesn't matter. Not reacting to anything. I don't have 2 elements to turn something up. And I didn't use this because I didn't need to. Dang it, I just need a water. Oh, okay. I think, oh, I could get water. Hold on. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just discard that. And I'm going to, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that to get 2 water. I'm going to spend a water to do this to get 5 lives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I could do that. I could spend 2. My question is, what would I do with all of these life things? What else could I get? I need a way to get gold, you know? I mean, I could get gold here. That's the thing. If I could figure out a way, I don't think I can. If I could find a way to get 4 gold right now, I could win this because I would have 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it would be 9, 10 points if I could get that card. So I'm very close, but I don't see myself getting the gold. I could get 1. In fact, maybe that's going to be worth it. So I'm going to spend 2 to use this card. I'm out of X's again. Hold on. Taking it from the red player. I'm going to spend 2 to open this one up. With this one open, I'm going to go ahead and spend it to get a gold. I could have done things to get a ton more life points, but I don't see a way for me to effectively use those life points right now. That's why I didn't do it. Okay, I think we're good. I didn't use the transmutation this turn, but that's okay. I could still use it, but I don't know what I would use it on, so why would I use it? Yeah, okay, I've been standing here and thinking a while, and I've edited a lot of that out, but we're going to go ahead and pass at this point. So much going on. Holy cow. All right, now, man, we're close. I think it's going to end this turn. It's going to be a battle. So we're passing, and I've got to really ask myself, what do I need to do to get stuff? Probably reanimate is going to be my best bet because I have a lot of really powerful actions. If I could get another one of those actions, that would be great. Okay. And of course, I'll draw a card and Curse Skull. That's fine. Turn it and exhaust to get 3 on. Oh, so this is just a way to. Okay. So use the action, discard a green, gain 3 elements. They can't be gold or green, and you put them on this card to pick up next turn. But like I said, I don't think there's going to be a next turn, but I could use that for gold. So again, nobody has 10 points. I've already been checking as we've been talking. So I'm turning these up, and now I don't have anything to pick up off of here. These are just temporary, like those aren't really here. They're just there for my brain. Remember that, please. I'll put them next to it just so we feel better. Okay, so now I'm going to pick stuff up. So I'm going to pick up a red and a black for sure. I don't remember what my card is. I don't know that I care about that. I just need a way to get gold, right? So I need 4 of a kind to get a gold. So either a blue or a green. I don't see that mattering. Fine. But that's all that the red player's earning for now. Blue, we're grabbing these ones. And that's exciting. Okay, so we're grabbing those ones, and I got so much stuff. What have I got? I got lots of stuff. I need a blue and a green. I need I don't know what I would do with any of the black ones. I guess, I don't know. I haven't been using black much, but I can use green for who knows why. That's a discard. Okay, so I got that one. I got that one. Oh, I get three of anything. So maybe what I should have done. Can I try to go for this? Maybe I could, just to make sure I have that extra point. I think I can get the gold this turn. So if I could get that cursed forge, that would be another point worth getting, probably. So maybe instead of getting that green, what I'm going to do is grab a black, I guess. And then any 3 elements for this one down here. Let's grab 2 more blacks and a red. I'm totally making this up as I go. I'm going to try to get some gold. I'm going to try to get 5 red is what I'm going to try to do. Okay. Yeah, that's my plan. All right, I think this is going to be a major race. This is going to be a race to get that 1 monument card. And I have to act that way because that's 2 points. Where am I at? Sorry, I know I'm counting it a lot, but imagine tracking this all the time. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I get to that gold before he does? It's possible. I need to get rid of 4 elements. Oh, yes. Great. Was there any reason I was saving any of these for anything? I don't think so. Not at this juncture. So get rid of any 4 elements. Wait, what did I have over here? Yeah, I don't care about that. I feel like I'm missing something that I had forgotten and you're probably yelling at me, but I'm going to get rid of those 4 to gain these 2 gold. And then the blue player is also racing for that. Their fastest action to get some gold is going to be this one right here to just pick up 2 gold. But that isn't fast enough because we can grab that thing. And so that's 2 points for us. What's coming up? Oh man, it's another 2-pointer. Oh, guys, this is really tight. So we are at... What are we at? Oh my gosh, I just counted it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're at 11 points right now if I choose to spend those. So this will be the end of the game, I think, at the end of this round. But we've got to make sure that we beat blue because blue's going to also do a good job. In fact, should I worry about gold right now? Yes. Let's just... get our other gold. Red's got to figure out what they're doing because they have kind of done everything they can. Oh man, have I been attacking? I don't remember if I've been attacking. Is it even worth it to attack? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, here's what this says. If I were to get this played, which I can't, but my question is, do I get rid of it for a gold? But this would be, turn it and destroy one of your artifacts and gain the amount that you paid for it plus 2 more things. My question that I'm asking myself is, could I... oh, but that doesn't work for gold. You don't pick up... I think that's... You don't pick up the gold in these ones, but I could get another gold there. But, dang it, I don't know. Crap. I mean, the only thing... Okay, so I can attack. I could do this red thing. It doesn't... I don't think it'll mean anything, though. I could look at the top 3 cards. Don't know that I really care about that at this point. Yeah, I think red might be stuck at 11 points for the end of this round, which I think blue can beat. At the very beginning, let's start with this. Grab this Colossus, so 2 points, plus I could exhaust it and discard an element to gain a gold on this card, which I would be able to pick up at the beginning of the next round. Oh, another 2-pointer. So where are we over here? So they're at 11. We're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're only at 10. Red is only at 11. Wait, does 11? I think 11 counts the first player marker. I think. So red needs to hold on to that first player marker for sure. But we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're at 10. My question is, can I do anything to get another point or more? And I guess my answer is maybe. I think maybe I can. Maybe. I was going for that one thing. Okay. I might be able to do something here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this power to get 5 green. So there's that. What I'm going to try to do is, get this and see if I can also have enough red. So I'm going to need 6 red and 3 black to get this down. And then if I can get enough red and maybe a gold, that could get me 2 more points. That could get me the victory, because I would be at 12 points. I don't think that I can get 4 gold. I just don't see it happening. I don't think I can get 4 gold down here. The blue player still has a lot of things they can do. So, I mean, I could dink around. I'm going to ultimately want to stop first and hope for the best, but I guess I'll just attack. Oh, and I forgot to do that. Let's attack. And they'll just discard 1 green to avoid that. But that will be the end of the red player's turn. So for the blue player, what I want to do now is I'm going to spend these 2 to do this action to remove that X. And the red player is going to go ahead and pass, so I can make sure I keep on to this. This doesn't necessarily matter, but let's exchange it for fun. I don't care. Oh, do you know what? Before I do this whole passing thing, I'll turn this sideways. Do you know what? So if by chance we tie, which is entirely possible, so if tied, the player with the most essences in their pool wins, and then each gold is going to count as 2 essences. So it doesn't necessarily matter which one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and discard this card for my turn to pick up a gold, or I could pick up 2 essences, it doesn't matter. Just in case of a tie, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm suddenly realizing, why didn't I use this thing? But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and discard this one to get 5 more. And then the red player is officially passing this time. And just a reminder, they are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They can be at 11 points on this scoring session. So now I'm going to try to see if blue can beat 11. And the way this is working out in my brain, it's slightly possible, but we will see. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm trying to grab all of these, and I want to see, I don't know which way is going to be best, I'm going to have to see, but essentially, if I can get tons and tons of green, I could use the prism to turn those green into either black or red. I've got to decide which one is better at that moment. But for now, let's use that to grab 3 green. 1, 2, 3. The red player gets 1, 2. I wish I had another blue. Can I get another blue somehow? I could discard. Here's the thing. I want to save this discard for a gold, and I want to save this discard for a gold. Or I want to save that action for a gold as well. For the blue. I guess it was kind of dumb of me to use this action when I could have done that action. Like, instead of discarding the 2 blue that I did before, I could have discarded the 1. But then I wouldn't be able to do, well, hold on. I should have done that one. Why did I do that one and not that one? Well, I guess, yeah, I should have done that. Oh, yeah. That was very dumb. And I'm going to undo it. If I was playing in a normal game, I'd totally let somebody undo that anyway. But specifically, the reason why I'm letting myself do that is allergies. I'm running 2 players, and that was just a very stupid mistake. But now, if I discard, I gotta decide which one of these I'm going for. Hold on, how many greens have I got? Maybe, hold on. How many greens do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I guess either way. Well, all right. What have I got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 now. I guess what I'm saying is, okay, if I were to do this, I would need 5. Okay, if I convert all of those greens into red, is this fun? Is this fun watching me do analysis paralysis? I convert all of those greens into red. I need 5 of those 12 to finish paying for this thing. So I would have, how many left over? 12, which would be great, except I don't think, so that would give me 1 point. I can get 2 more golds, so I could get 2 more points. I could get 3 points that way. Or I could just go full on the black one here, and I think that could do the trick if I have enough. I think I'm going to go this route instead of this route. This is an automatic point, but I just don't think I can get enough gold to go the other way. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm going to discard these, and even if you didn't like my move, I still think I'm going to be able to pull out a victory. I could have just discarded an extra life, and I still think I'm going to be okay. No, I'm not discarding this one. I'm discarding, like, I could have gone for 2 lives before. Yeah, so, yes. So, magically, these are going. And that opens up this, and I'm spending this to get... Why am I doing this? I'm going to get another 5. I'm just doing it that way. Okay, now, that was this action here. So I'm at 5, 10, 15. Okay, wait. And I'm essentially considering all of these as black, because that's the plan, is to convert those. So we got 10, 24. And I could get some more black here if I don't go for the gold. So I could get 3 more, so that's 27. Yeah, I think we're there. All right, so whether I pick up green or black, it really doesn't matter. What am I grabbing? I'll grab 3 black. Let's make a little bit of change. I'm going to save 1 there. Keep my brain going. This is, oh, that's all off screen. This has got to be the most boring ending, but it feels exciting and I'm very sweaty, but part of that is the heat. All right, so then what I'm doing is now I'm going to take this action to turn in all of these greens and make them black. So let's start with this one. And then these ones, oh my gosh, become like this. And then these ones, I'm just going to shoo those away, are black. And then these are black. And then this one is black. Man, what a mess. My back hurts. Okay, that's exciting. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to turn in this card for 2 black as well. Okay, my next move is I'm going to discard 9 black. I'm just throwing, like, you should see the top of the table. It's a mess. Okay, I'm going to throw away those to grab the Catacombs of the Dead. Yeah, I think we did it. I'll put it, I don't know where to put it. I'll put it there. And then I'm going to discard 5 blacks. Discard those to put a black on there. Discard 5 to put 1 on here. I'm just doing this action over and over. 5, 5. And then for a final action, we turn this. It's turned to put a black one on there. And this thing just became 5 points. 1 point for each black on there. And then they pass. So it doesn't matter. Pass. That initiates scoring, which means we discard these and 11 points for red. But blue managed to get 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points for blue. Blue never wins anything, ever. But that was Res Arcana, which, wahoo. Let's talk about this game. Okay, so usually when I'm going to record a game that I have never played before, I do a learning game. Sometimes it's just a half game, but I teach myself the rules and I play a couple of rounds to make sure I know what I'm doing. And then I play a half a game to a full game on the table, trying to decide where I'm going to put stuff when I record. Believe it or not, I do go through that thought process. And then I go for it. So I usually play between a half to two games maybe before I record. The reason I mention this is it doesn't, like, I've played enough games, I can click in, I know what's going on. I don't know here. I think it was the rule book was part of it. I got the rule book, I read it, I've even watched videos for this, but the rule book was rough for me personally. I just didn't like it. It didn't ring with me. So that was number one. Number two, I could not get the cards to work out. So I played this game 3 times to learn the rules. I didn't even do a practice for the camera. I did 3 times to make sure I had the rules right. And every time I could never get anything to click together in the way that you saw in this video. And so as I was playing each of those times, I was like frustrated and stuck. I didn't want to record the game because I didn't think it was any fun. But it was voted on Twitter, so I decided I would do it. But I just kept thinking that I was getting the rules wrong, but every time I went back to the rules, I'm pretty sure I did it right, but I couldn't figure out the strategy. I'm saying this because I went into this recording with a pretty negative attitude about it. I just wasn't feeling it. And in fact, I was thinking, who am I going to sell this to? But this was, in my opinion, a very fun play session, to the point where, having played this game, I feel like I can see why other people like it now. I think I would like it better with the draft variant, because one frustration that I've had is you only get your 8 cards and you have to figure out how to make those 8 cards work. But what if those 8 cards just don't work? I don't even know. I can't rewind history and look back and see if I could have made my 8 cards work better, but there was a lot of times where I felt like I couldn't get the cards to work together. I wasn't going anywhere or doing anything. But this time did feel that way. I really thought the red was going to win until I started thinking about all of those green that the blue player could do, and then realizing that I could just change those into black. I had no intention of ever even touching this card all game because nobody was producing black stuff. Maybe the red player was going to go for it, but definitely not the blue player. Anyway, I don't know. I really liked this play of it, so I feel like I really want to try this with other people, obviously, so that I can get my head on straight. But that's how I feel about that. Why don't you let me know how you feel about this game in the comments if you'd like to. But I'm going to officially give this game a thumbs up. That is unofficial because I've never done that before. But again, like I said, my first 3 plays, I did not like this game. I would like to try with the drafting. I'm sad that creatures didn't show up at all in this game. Anywhere, so that's crazy, but I do think that there's a lot of different ways that you can be victorious. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking so I can go start editing this video and get it uploaded. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you later. Goodbye.